Okay, so Ayushi, let's proceed ahead with your HR for HPCL, and we start with your brief introduction first.
Okay.
So please introduce Ayushi.
Yes, sir. Sir, I am a practicing advocate in Bombay High Court, and I also practice in different tribunals and different courts. So I did my graduation from University of Petroleum and Energy Studies. I graduated in the year of 2020. Thereafter, I have worked as an associate attorney in DWF Mindcrest, Pune. Thereafter, I started my litigation and got myself enrolled in Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa, and I did my first litigation job with MV Kini law firm, and there I worked for 1 year, 1.5 years. Thereafter, I joined SDS Advocates for expansion of diversified work, and currently I am associated with them as a legal associate.
Okay, so why Ayushi, why you chose University of Petroleum and Energy Studies for your graduation?
Sir, actually, I appeared for CLAT examination, wherein we get national law universities as our colleges. But however, at that time, I did not get through those colleges, and I had a choice between Symbiosis Law School and University of Petroleum and Energy Studies. So the due diligence done at that time, I found that this college will be much better in terms of city and environment, and I had some of my seniors studying there, so as per their reviews we chose UPES.
Okay, so you have not chosen the law university. Instead, you chose this petroleum university, right?
Yeah, no, actually UPES also provides uh, law profession, law studies. It is a university and has different courses, but it is inclusive of law.
Was there any course related to energy studies and petroleum in your graduation?
Sir, actually, there was one specialization, but per se, my specialization was in corporate laws and not in energy laws.
Hmm. So why you want to be part of largest and fastest growing organization, Ayushi?
Because I am quite an ambitious girl and a workaholic girl, so I see myself in largest and fastest growing organization, as it will help me enhance my skills and give a give boost to my career growth. And I see myself in coming years to be in top executives of some good organization. So as there is a human tendency that everybody craves for better, so that's how even I want to reach heights in my profession.
Okay, so being ambitious, don't you think it will be challenging for us to retain you in our organization for long run?
Sir, as your organization is largest and fastest growing organization, as I've said, it will not stop me, because I will be starting from a very raw platform, and there are a lot of actually hierarchy also follows, so it will give me ample opportunity to grow further and further
Hmm.
till the time of my retirement.
Okay, so Ayushi, do you really think you can be at the top in our organization? Have you seen any director from the law background?
Uh, yes, sir. I have studied about one director which has a law background. I think that our CMD sir, Mr. Joshi, has a law background.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I'm sure about that.
So after how many years you can think of becoming CMD?
Sir, I can't explain in terms of years, but I can surely see myself as a CMD, because according to me, consistency and patience are two key factors of success. So far in my career, I have uh, experienced this thing that if you are consistent and patient enough, you can achieve anything and everything.
Hmm. Okay, Ayushi, so if you get opportunity to meet a CMD for some time, so what question will you ask him?
That how did he reach to this position, like what was his, because being a CMD of such a big organization is not a small task. So um, how does he manage his work and personal life will be my main question, because this is the main thing which people are struggling these days. They are unable to balance their personal and work life. Also, I would like to get some insights from him, like what should be my key mantra to, keep myself motivated.
Hmm. So what do you think are going to be your typical roles and responsibilities once you join us, Ayushi?
According to me, sir, I think I'll be dealing with the legal cases with respect to HPCL, handling and tracking of the litigation, as we are going to, outsource law firms for that matter, but also keeping the track, like what all case backlogs we have, what all petitions are yet to be filed, what is the process of the cases which are already filed in the court.
Mhm. Okay, Ayushi, don't you think like being part of one state's high court, like Bombay's high court, you'll get a far broader exposure than being part of public sector?
Sir, actually, I want to join public sector because there is some kind of stability in that, and I don't see myself in litigation in long term. So that's why I want to get associated with the public sector undertaking.
So, will you tell us something about public interest litigation as a tool? When was it conceived?
Sir, I don't remember when was it conceived. It was, I think, some landmark judgment. But public interest litigation means when an advocate can file uh, a petition on behalf of a large group for a larger cause. For example, one petition was filed um, with respect to the areas which are around Taj Mahal, because at the time of the area around the Taj Mahal, there is some kind of factory which was creating pollution, due to which the whole area was getting affected, inclusive of Taj Mahal. If I'm not wrong, that case was MC Mehta versus Union of India. In that, public interest litigation was filed, and these days a lot of PILs are coming with respect to care of stray dogs and other things.
Mhm. So, do you think it is serving its purpose for which it was created?
Yes, sir. Of course, it is.
Hmm. Okay, so now, Ayushi, can you tell us how writ jurisdiction of a high court is different from that of Supreme Court?
Sir, writ jurisdiction of High Court consists of both fundamental rights and legal rights, whereas in Supreme Court it is only pertaining to fundamental rights.
So they are more broad, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you tell us something about judicial activism?
Uh, Judicial activism. No, sir.
Okay. So any idea about National Judicial Appointment Commission? Much criticized by the judiciary nowadays. Or collegium system, which executives are criticizing. Are you aware about
Yes.
that? Hmm.
Yes. Recently, like which member should be, promoted to promoted to become judges. I think
Hmm.
with respect to that, there was some conflict going on in this thing.
Okay,
Judicial.
Ayushi, can you name any judge of Supreme Court who even became the president of India? Any idea? Okay,
No,
if
sir.
president of India uh, dies in the office, who assumes his office?
Vice President of India.
And if vice president resigns in that state, who assumes the office? If president is not there, vice president is not there, who assumes the office of president of India? Let me tell you, this is the Chief Justice of India.
Okay.
So, in the history of India, has
Hmm.
ever Chief Justice of India assumed the office of President of India?
I think someone has, but I don't remember the name.
You don't remember the name. Do you know who is the Chief Justice of India right now?
Yeah, D.Y. Chandrachud.
Okay, and he was Chief Justice of which High Court earlier?
Delhi High Court.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Okay, how many judges are there in Supreme Court? What is the strength?
Sir, I don't know.
Hmm. Can you tell me something about the professional ethics of a lawyer? What is the most important among these?
Professional ethics. I think the punctuality plays a major role for advocates, and consistency and intricate eye for details.
Mm. When we say justice delayed is justice denied, do you agree with the statement?
No, sir, I don't agree with this, because justice delayed is not justice denied, because these days courts are burdened with so much of litigations that matters are listed on board but they are not reaching the board. That does not mean justice is denied. Some or the other day they will reach. They are in the process of disposing of and admitting petitions, but as so much of litigation is there, they are also humans. So that's why things are getting taking time. That's why they are also proposing outside court settlement, but people should go for that, for arbitrations. Still, nevertheless, after all these things also, there is a lot of burden over on courts.
If because of the burden on the court, if a victim is languishing in the jail for many years, can you give this logic to him?
No, sir, but then his petitions can be filed for urgent listing. There are provisions of filing in interim applications for urgent listing, wherein urgency can be shown. So that matters are considered if you are, pressing over that.
Okay. Okay, let me give you, Ayushi, the feedback now. So Ayushi, what I found is the rest part is okay. Don't show your ambitious nature to them, right? I think you have mentioned it also. So I don't know whether you should mention these things, that you're very, very ambitious individual and you want to grow top the ladder actually. Obviously, everybody aspires for that, right? But how high you reach in any organization, that will depend upon your many years of commitment, dedication, and hard work, right? So you aspire to be this. If say, are you sure you will become CMD? You say, sir, that depends on many factors, but I at least I can aspire for that, right? And second is like your knowledge about certain things about the law, legal aspects. I found little less. I mean, general awareness things like National Judicial Appointment Commission versus this collegium system. This just Chief Justice Chandrachud, this is the main proponent of this collegium system. So there is a lot of nowadays debate going on this particular task activity. And judicial activism, like involvement of the judiciary in those domains where actually executives should be there, and judiciary is entering into those things. So that is called judicial activism. It comes when one of the organs of the government or the state is not performing its duties, like executives are supposed to do something, they are not doing implementation or something, judiciary steps in. That is called judicial activism. When judicial activism crosses a limit, it becomes judicial misadventurism, and then it becomes judicial terrorism. So something like that, it proceeds in that direction. And yes, some information about Supreme Court judges, that strength, I don't know, 32 or something. And if I'm not wrong, Justice Hidayatullah was a justice. Justice Hidayatullah. Just type it out, Google it out. What was that very famous case in which president died in the office and then vice president became president, but vice president was to contest election, and then he also resigned, and then for one day Chief Justice of India or something, he became President of India, something like that. Justice Hidayatullah case, that is very famous case. Public interest litigation, how this as a tool came up, those kind of things. Maybe these are the simple basic things, right? And when I see you graduated from University of Petroleum and Energy Studies, then this question might pop up, though it matches with your why HPCL. That answer can be taken from there. Why HPCL? My graduation is from this University of Petroleum and Energy Studies, and in its name, sir, there is something which is energy studies. And I got some flavor of energy sector of India during my graduation. Though I was a law graduate, but I always thought of then participating in this particular domain. So maybe you can link this question why HPCL with this. But at the same time, they are going to ask you why you graduated from there. Why not, as you mentioned, Symbiosis Law School or something that is quite famous. Why not from there? Why from this particular or university, right? The rest I found is okay, Ayushi. The rest is fine. When is your interview?
14th March, sir.
You have the time, right? Go for some more HRs on this line.
Yes,
Update
sir.
your knowledge about the law. These basic things, constitutional things.
Yes, sir.
Right?